The rainforest, a sanctuary of life, whispers to you softly, like the hum of the earth itself, inviting you to drift into its depths. In the early morning light, when the mist rises like a gentle sigh, the air is thick with secrets, each tree, each leaf holding mysteries as old as time. The leaves are so green they seem to pulse with life, and as you breathe in their richness, you can feel the pulse of the earth beneath your feet, steady, constant, unwavering. The rainforests, which blanket vast stretches of our world, are home to more than half of the planet's species. Imagine that, more than half, alive and hidden, tucked in every corner, every crevice, growing, thriving, singing their silent song. There, in that stillness, the world holds its breath. For though we do not see them, each one plays its part in a dance that we can hardly comprehend. The trees, towering above, form a canopy that reaches to the sky, their branches like arms embracing the clouds. And beneath, in the dappled light, creatures large and small move as if they are part of the air itself. In the lush layers of the forest, a million stories are unfolding at every moment. Some stories are old, some are new. Some have been written in the rings of trees that have stood for centuries, while others are whispered between the leaves, where the sunlight never touches. Among the emerald leaves, there exists a hidden world, alive with color and sound. Did you know that the rainforest is often called the lungs of the planet? It breathes just like you, drawing in carbon dioxide and exhaling the oxygen we so desperately need. The air is clean and sweet here, its scent like the earth after a gentle rain, fresh and full of life. When the rain falls, it is not just water that touches the ground. Each drop seems to come with a story, with its own journey from the sky, carrying the energy of clouds, winds, and faraway mountains. It nourishes the soil and refreshes the plants, bringing them to life in ways we can barely see. The leaves shimmer with drops of water, each one glistening like a tiny world. And when the rain stops, the forest does not fall silent. Instead, it hums with life, as creatures of every size and shape awaken from their shelters to drink, to play, to feast. There in the damp shadows, life continues in a rhythm that we cannot hear but can feel in the very air. The rainforests are, in a way, a place where time itself slows down. The sounds of the forest, the rustle of leaves, the call of birds, the distant growls of unseen creatures blend together into a soft lullaby. And beneath it all, beneath the towering trees and the thick underbrush, there are roots that go deep, deep into the earth. These roots, unseen but ever present, hold the forest together. They are the silent support, the unseen strength of the entire system. Without them, the rainforest would crumble. But with them, it stands firm, unyielding, a monument to time's quiet power. If you listen carefully, you might hear the songs of the creatures that call this place home. Insects, so small that they are nearly invisible, create symphonies of sound, their buzzing and chirping blending into a harmonious tune. Birds, too, sing their songs from the treetops, each note a message in the language of the wind. They seem to know things that we do not. Their songs a reminder that the world is full of knowledge, hidden in plain sight, if only we knew how to listen. The trees in the rainforest grow tall, towering into the sky, their trunks thick and gnarled with age. Some of these trees have stood for centuries, their roots dug deep into the earth, their branches stretching to catch the light. These ancient trees are the guardians of the forest, their bark rough and scarred by the passage of time. Yet despite the years, they continue to grow, to reach higher, to seek the warmth of the sun. And as they grow, they create homes for countless other creatures, birds, insects, monkeys, and countless others, all finding shelter in the sturdy arms of the trees. These trees, in a way, are like the heartbeat of the rainforest, keeping it alive, keeping it steady. Beneath the canopy, there is a hidden world of life, a place where the air is thick with the scent of damp earth and rotting leaves. Here, the cycle of life is constant. Plants, vines, and mosses cling to the ground, reaching upward toward the light. The air is heavy with moisture, each breath rich with the scent of nature's endless creation. Fungi grow in quiet corners, their caps bursting with spores, while beneath them, ants march in long lines, carrying leaves and twigs back to their colonies. The entire floor of the rainforest is alive with movement, each creature working together to create a balance, a harmony that we are only just beginning to understand. Above, the skies are never quite empty. Birds of every shape and color swoop through the air, their feathers catching the light, their calls echoing through the forest. Some birds are so brightly colored, they seem to glow in the dim light, their feathers a flash of color against the green backdrop. These birds, like the trees, are essential to the life of the forest, for they help pollinate the plants, spreading seeds as they fly. The forest needs them, just as it needs the rain, the sun, the soil. Without them, the forest would not be what it is. It would not thrive. As you listen, you may notice that there is a rhythm to the forest, a gentle pulse that beats beneath the surface. It is the sound of life, the sound of a world that is constantly in motion, constantly growing, constantly evolving. The rainforest is not just a place, but a living, breathing entity, one that changes with every moment. It is a place where new life is born, where old life fades away, and where everything works together in a delicate balance. And as the sun begins to set, casting long shadows across the forest floor, the colors of the sky shift, the air cools, and the sounds of the forest soften. The creatures of the night begin to stir, emerging from their hiding places to take part in the symphony of the rainforest. The stars begin to twinkle above, far away, yet somehow close, as if the sky itself is listening to the story of the forest below. Slowly, as the world quiets, the rainforest settles into its rhythm once more. The leaves rustle softly in the evening breeze. The calls of nocturnal animals fill the air, and the earth itself seems to sigh, as if content. As you close your eyes and drift off into sleep, the rainforest continues its gentle dance, the rhythm of its life a lullaby that carries you into your dreams. The trees, the animals, the rain, they are all there, still, waiting for you to return, to listen once more to the quiet whispers of the world. And as you sleep, the rainforest sleeps too, its story unfolding, always ever so softly, in the heart of the world. As you journey deeper into the heart of the rainforest, the air around you becomes thick with the scent of earth and rain, the fragrance of life that fills every corner of this sacred space. The trees above stretch toward the sky like ancient sentinels, their leaves moving gently in the soft breeze. There is a serenity here, a sense of timelessness that wraps around you like a blanket, inviting you to slow your thoughts, to listen more closely, and to open your heart to the quiet wonder of the world. Beneath the towering trees, where the sunlight barely touches, the forest floor is a soft carpet of leaves and moss, each step creating a gentle rustle that seems to echo through the stillness. The air is alive with the hum of unseen creatures, each one playing its part in the grand symphony of nature. A tiny bird, no larger than the palm of your hand, flits through the underbrush, its wings a blur of color as it moves from branch to branch. It seems to dance with the air itself, weightless and free, its movements a reminder that the rainforest is full of life in all its forms, from the smallest insect to the largest tree. The trees here are not just passive beings. They are active participants in the web of life that stretches out before you. Some trees have developed strange, twisting roots that reach high into the air, creating an intricate network of support for the entire ecosystem. These roots, like the fingers of the earth itself, touch and intertwine, forming bridges between the plants, the animals, and the soil. In this network, everything is connected. The trees rely on the plants below them for nutrients, while the plants depend on the trees to provide shade and shelter from the harsh sun. It is a partnership that has existed for millions of years, a dance that continues with every breeze, every rainfall, every new leaf that unfurls. As you walk further into the heart of the forest, you begin to notice the sounds that fill the air. The gentle rustle of leaves as they sway in the wind, the faint chirping of insects hidden in the shadows, and the distant call of birds echoing through the canopy. These sounds are not random. They are part of a delicate balance, a harmony that allows the rainforest to thrive. The insects that chirp in the night help pollinate the flowers that bloom in the early hours of the morning, while the birds that sing from the treetops spread the seeds of the trees, ensuring that new life will take root in the soil below. The rainforest is also home to an incredible variety of creatures, each one more wondrous than the last. In the depths of the forest, hidden among the leaves and vines, live creatures that have never been seen by human eyes. Their lives a mystery to all but the trees and the earth. Some of these creatures are so small that they are barely visible, while others are so large that they seem to loom above the forest, their presence felt even before they are seen. Among them are the monkeys that swing gracefully from branch to branch, the frogs that croak softly in the damp air, and the jaguars that move through the shadows, their sleek bodies a blur as they stalk their prey. Even the smallest creatures in the rainforest play a vital role in the ecosystem. Ants, no larger than a speck of dust, march tirelessly across the forest floor, carrying leaves and twigs back to their nests. These tiny creatures are responsible for breaking down the decaying plant matter that falls to the ground, returning the nutrients to the soil so that new life can grow. Without them, the forest would not thrive, for they are the unseen workers, the ones who toil in the shadows, ensuring that the cycle of life continues. As you pause to take in the beauty around you, you might notice the shimmering dance of light that plays across the leaves in the forest floor. The sun, filtered through the thick canopy above, creates a soft, dappled light that moves with the wind, casting gentle shadows that shift and change as the day unfolds. This light is not harsh or blinding, but rather soft and inviting, as if the forest itself is welcoming you into its embrace. The sunlight, though faint in places, still finds its way through the leaves, creating pools of golden warmth that touch the cool earth below. It is in these quiet moments, when the light plays across the leaves and the sounds of the forest blend together into a gentle hum, that the true magic of the rainforest reveals itself. The beauty of this place is not always loud or obvious. It is found in the smallest details, in the way the leaves shimmer in the breeze, in the way the birds sing their songs, in the way the air is thick with life. The rainforest is not just a collection of trees and animals. It is a living, breathing entity, a place where every breath, every movement, every sound is part of a larger, invisible rhythm. The air itself seems to hold the secrets of the world, rich with the scents of moss, earth, and wood. Every breath you take fills your lungs with the essence of the forest, and in that moment, you are connected to everything around you. The trees, the animals, the very soil beneath your feet. There is no separation here, no distinction between the world of humans and the world of nature. You are part of this place, as much a part of the forest as the trees and the animals that call it home. As the day moves on, the sunlight slowly begins to fade, and the forest takes on a different rhythm. The air cools, and the sounds of the daytime creatures give way to the calls of the nocturnal ones. The cicadas begin to hum, their song rising and falling like the heartbeat of the earth itself. The fireflies flicker in the dark, their soft glow like tiny stars in the night sky. And high above, the stars themselves begin to appear, their light soft and distant, like the whispers of the universe. In this moment, as the forest begins to settle into the quiet of the night, you too begin to feel a sense of peace. The gentle sounds of the rainforest, the soft rustle of the leaves, the distant calls of the animals, all of it combines to create a lullaby that carries you into a place of stillness and calm. The rainforest is a place where time seems to slow, where the world outside fades away, and where you can simply be in the quiet embrace of nature. And as you lie there, wrapped in the peace of the rainforest, you find yourself drifting towards sleep, carried away by the rhythm of the forest's breath. The trees, the animals, the very earth beneath you, they are all there, quietly waiting, just as they have always been. The rainforest, in its infinite wisdom, has shown you its secrets, and now, in the quiet of the night, it holds you close, like a mother holding her child, guiding you into dreams where the magic of the forest continues to unfold. The rainforest holds many secrets, its stories written in the winds, in the rain, and in the rustling leaves. The deeper you go, the more it feels like the earth itself is speaking to you, telling tales of ancient times, of creatures that once roamed freely and trees that have stood the test of countless years. There is something sacred about this place, as if the very air is filled with wisdom, knowledge passed down from one generation to the next, from the trees to the animals, from the rain to the soil. As you move further into the forest, you notice that the trees seem to grow closer together, their trunks thick and strong, their branches interwoven in an intricate dance. It is as if the trees are holding hands, standing together in a quiet solidarity. Their leaves, delicate and green, seem to shimmer in the soft light, and every now and then you catch a glimpse of a bird flitting from branch to branch, its feathers like bright splashes of color against the green backdrop. The forest is alive with movement, yet there is a stillness in the air, a calmness that seems to settle around you, inviting you to pause and take it all in. In the heart of the rainforest, life is full of contrasts. The sunlight, so powerful at the forest's edge, grows softer and more diffused as it filters through the dense canopy. The air, once warm and humid, now carries a coolness that feels like a gentle caress on your skin. The creatures of the day have begun to retreat into the shadows, seeking refuge from the heat, while the creatures of the night are beginning to stir, their calls echoing through the trees. The rainforest is a place of constant change, where day turns to night and night turns to day, and yet it is also a place of eternal constancy. Beneath the surface, beneath the leaves and the vines, the roots of the trees stretch deep into the earth, connecting the forest to the world below. These roots are the lifeblood of the rainforest, drawing nutrients from the soil and passing them on to the trees, the plants, and the creatures that live above. Without these roots, the forest would not exist, and yet they remain hidden, unseen but always present, a quiet reminder of the intricate web of life that holds everything together. There is an ancient wisdom in the way the trees grow, in the way the leaves turn toward the light, and the roots reach into the depths of the earth. The trees do not hurry. They grow slowly, steadily, their trunks thickening over centuries, their branches reaching higher and higher. And as they grow, they provide shelter for countless creatures, from the smallest insects to the largest mammals. The trees are the guardians of the forest, their branches and roots forming a protective canopy, shielding the creatures below from the harsh elements. In the rainforest, even the smallest creatures play an important role. The ants, so tiny that they seem almost insignificant, are among the hardest workers in the forest. They march tirelessly across the forest floor, carrying leaves, twigs, and bits of food back to their colonies. The ants work together in perfect harmony, each one contributing to the greater good of the colony. Their teamwork is a reminder that even the smallest acts, when combined, can have a profound impact on the world. Above, the sky begins to darken as the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the forest floor. The birds, once so vocal in the daylight hours, have quieted, and the forest is now filled with the sounds of the creatures of the night. The calls of owls, the rustle of leaves as nocturnal animals begin to stir, the gentle hum of insects. These are the sounds that fill the air as the world shifts from day to night. The rainforest is alive with movement, yet there is a peaceful stillness in the air, as if the world is holding its breath, waiting for the night to unfold. In the cool of the evening, the air seems to shimmer with the promise of something new. The damp earth, rich with the scent of moss and decay, seems to exhale a soft breath, as if the forest itself is exhaling, releasing the energy it has gathered throughout the day. The stars begin to appear above, their light faint but steady, like tiny sparks in the dark sky. The rainforest, though always awake, settles into a quieter rhythm at night, as if the forest itself is preparing for rest. The creatures of the night are different from those of the day. They move silently, blending into the shadows, their eyes glimmering in the dim light. Some are predators, hunting their prey with swift precision, while others are simply seeking shelter or food. The bats, their wings a blur in the dark, flit from tree to tree, while the owls call softly from their perches, their heads swiveling as they scan the ground below. In the dark, the forest takes on a new character, its sounds soft and mysterious, like a lullaby sung by the earth itself. As you walk deeper into the forest, the air becomes cooler, and the sound of your footsteps is swallowed by the thick carpet of leaves and moss beneath you. There is a peace here, a stillness that seems to invite you to be present, to forget the world outside, and to simply exist in the moment. The trees, their trunks rough and weathered, stand tall around you, their leaves rustling gently in the wind. The air is thick with moisture, and the smell of the forest is both earthy and sweet, like a dream of distant lands. The forest, like the night itself, is full of hidden mysteries. Beneath the leaves, hidden in the shadows, lie the stories of countless creatures, plants, and trees. Some are old, ancient stories passed down through the generations, while others are newer, waiting to be discovered. These stories are written in the leaves, in the bark of the trees, in the songs of the birds, and in the hum of the insects. They are all part of the grand tapestry of the rainforest, a tapestry that is constantly being woven and rewoven with every passing moment. And as the night deepens, the stars above grow brighter, their light filling the sky like a million tiny candles. The forest, though silent, is still alive with the soft hum of life. The creatures of the night continue their work, moving in the shadows, their movements graceful and fluid. And you too are part of this dance, part of this world that is so much larger than yourself, yet so intimate, so connected. In this moment, as the night wraps itself around you like a soft blanket, you feel at peace, knowing that the rainforest will continue, that its story will never end. The rainforest, with its quiet majesty, continues to unfold its secrets as the hours pass. In the quiet embrace of the night, the air seems to deepen, wrapping around you like a soft, invisible cocoon. The trees, their bark weathered by time, stand tall like ancient guardians, watching over the life that pulses quietly beneath them. In this place, the very earth feels alive, as if the soil beneath your feet is breathing, working, moving in its own slow, deliberate way. There is something so peaceful here, something that whispers directly to your soul, reminding you that life is delicate, fleeting, and beautiful. Beneath the canopy of green, the world is constantly in motion. Yet it is a motion that is often so subtle, so gentle, that it's easy to miss. The leaves above, as soft as silk, rustle with the wind, and the air is thick with the scent of damp wood and fresh rain. The earth, moist and rich with the decay of countless fallen leaves, hums with the energy of life, quietly nurturing every root, every plant, every creature that calls this place home. There is an ancient rhythm to this place, a pulse that can be felt in every leaf, every branch, and every drop of rain that falls from the sky. As the night deepens, the creatures of the rainforest that roam in the dark begin to stir. The howler monkeys, with their deep, resonant calls, send echoes through the trees, their voices filling the silence with a sound that is both haunting and beautiful. The bats flit silently through the air, their wings creating soft whispers as they move through the dense forest. Every now and then, you might catch a glimpse of glowing eyes in the distance, eyes that belong to the jaguars that prowl the forest floor, their bodies sleek and silent as they slip through the underbrush. The nocturnal world of the rainforest is full of quiet movement, where every creature plays a role in maintaining the balance of life, the delicate web that holds the forest together. Above, The stars shine brightly, their light so distant yet so close, as if the night sky itself is holding the forest in a gentle embrace. The trees stretch upward, their tops reaching for the heavens, while the creatures below continue their quiet dance of survival. There is a rhythm to this dance, one that has been unfolding for millions of years. It is a dance that is ever-changing, yet always the same. As the animals and plants move in harmony with the world around them, the shifting of seasons, the passing of time. In this quiet world, the plants too have their own rhythm. The vines that twist their way around tree trunks seem to move slowly, almost imperceptibly, as if they are stretching toward the light. The flowers that bloom in the darkness open their petals, releasing their sweet fragrance into the cool night air. These delicate blooms are the silent workers of the rainforest, attracting the pollinators that ensure the future of the forest. They too are part of the grand cycle of life, playing their part in the ongoing story of the rainforest. There is something incredibly soothing about the way the forest operates. Nothing is rushed here. The trees take their time to grow, their trunks thickening and their branches stretching out in search of the sun. The leaves, though soft and delicate, grow strong with the years, forming a canopy that shields the forest from the harsh light of the sun. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, moves through the forest with purpose, yet with a grace that seems to defy the chaos of the world outside. The forest is a place of patience. Nothing happens too quickly. It takes years for a tree to reach its full height, for a vine to spread its leaves across a vast expanse, for a flower to bloom and release its pollen into the air. And yet, despite the slow passage of time, the forest is always changing. New life is born every day, while older life fades away, returning to the earth from which it came. The cycle of life here is both eternal and ever-changing, a constant rhythm that is never broken. The air, rich with the scent of rain and earth, fills your lungs as you take a deep breath. The fragrance of the forest is thick and intoxicating, like a secret that only the trees know. It is a scent that carries with it the promise of life, the knowledge that everything in this place is connected. The trees, the plants, the animals, all are bound together in a delicate dance that continues uninterrupted as it has for millennia. The forest, in all its complexity, is a reminder of the beauty of simplicity. It is a place where everything has its place, where every moment is a part of a greater whole. As you sit beneath the canopy of trees, the sounds of the rainforest filling your ears, you begin to realize how small and fragile your own life is in comparison to the vastness of the forest. You are but a fleeting moment in the grand history of the earth, a brief flash of light in the darkness. And yet, here, in this moment, you are part of something much greater than yourself. The forest, with all its secrets and mysteries, holds you in its embrace, and for a time, you are one with it. There is no need to rush, no need to hurry. The forest moves at its own pace, and you too can move with it, following its rhythm, letting its quiet wisdom seep into your soul. The stars above, distant and ancient, seem to gaze down upon you, their light soft and comforting. They too are part of this grand cycle, their light traveling across the vast expanse of space, just as the stories of the forest travel through time. The forest, with its ancient trees and hidden creatures, is a reflection of the universe itself, a place where everything is connected, where time moves slowly and eternally, and where life continues, always. As you close your eyes and let the gentle sounds of the rainforest lull you into a peaceful sleep, you can feel the presence of the forest all around you. The trees, the animals, the air itself, they are all part of this world, and you are part of it too. The rainforest continues to breathe, to move, to live. And as you drift into sleep, you know that it will always be here, waiting for you to return, to listen to its quiet song, to feel its peaceful rhythm once again. The night deepens, and the forest seems to grow even more serene, as if the world itself is holding its breath in the soft shadows. The stars above, distant and cold, twinkle gently like little lanterns in the vastness of the sky, their light flickering quietly as if to remind you of the infinite expanse that lies beyond the canopy. Beneath your feet, the forest floor remains cool and soft, covered in layers of moss and fallen leaves that cushion every step. There is no rush here, no urgency. Time, it seems, flows at its own rhythm, slow and steady, just like the pulse of the earth beneath the trees. As the evening winds wind through the trees, they stir the leaves above, sending ripples through the canopy. The sound is soft, like the whisper of an old friend, comforting and familiar. The rustling of the leaves is a lullaby, gentle and calm, inviting you to relax, to sink deeper into the embrace of the forest. And as the wind passes, it carries with it the scent of earth, of rain-soaked wood, of damp foliage, mingling with the sweet fragrance of night-blooming flowers that open their petals in the cool air. Every breath you take is filled with the richness of the forest, its scent grounding you in this peaceful place, bringing your thoughts back to the moment, away from the busy world beyond. The forest, with all its secrets and mysteries, seems to unfold itself in slow, graceful movements. The plants grow steadily, reaching their leaves toward the sky, their vines curling gently as they seek the sunlight that filters through the canopy. Even the smallest creatures, those that move so quietly and unnoticed, have their own rhythm, their own purpose. The ants march silently across the forest floor, their tiny feet carrying them toward their nests, while above, the birds sleep peacefully in their nests, resting for the night until the first light of dawn. Despite the quiet of the night, the rainforest is never truly still. Beneath the surface, in the hidden layers of the forest, life continues, moving, growing, shifting. The mushrooms, their caps soft and pale, begin to release their spores into the cool air, while the roots of the trees stretch ever deeper into the earth, drinking in the nourishment they need to continue growing. Even in the darkest hours of the night, the forest is never truly dark. There is always movement, always life, always a silent promise that the cycle of life will continue. If you listen closely, you can hear the faint hum of the forest at night. It is not loud, not demanding, but soft, like a distant lullaby. The gentle buzz of insects, the soft flutter of bat wings, the rustling of small creatures as they scurry through the underbrush. All of these sounds blend together into a harmonious symphony of life. The forest speaks in its own way, not through words, but through the movement of air, the rustle of leaves, the subtle shifts in the earth. It is a language that requires no translation, a language that speaks directly to your heart. Above, the moon rises slowly, casting a soft glow over the forest. Its light is silvery, ethereal, as it filters through the leaves and dapples the forest floor with pools of pale light. The shadows stretch long and thin, and in the stillness, the world feels both vast and intimate, like a dream that hovers just at the edge of your consciousness. The light of the moon reflects off the leaves, giving them an otherworldly glow, and for a moment, it feels as though you are walking through a place that exists outside of time, outside of reality itself. The forest, bathed in the light of the moon, becomes something magical, something timeless, as if it were a world all its own, untouched by the passing of time. As the night deepens, you begin to notice the sounds of the forest becoming more pronounced. The occasional call of an owl echoes in the distance, its voice rich and melodic, reaching deep into the heart of the forest. The sound of leaves shifting in the wind, the rustle of branches swaying above, fills the air, and for a moment, you are lost in the music of the forest, the symphony of life that plays quietly around you. The creatures that come alive in the night move with grace, their movements silent and fluid, as though they are part of the shadows themselves. In this stillness, the forest feels like a place of rest, a sanctuary where everything, no matter how small, is given time to pause, to breathe, to exist. In the distance, the faint sound of rain begins to make its way through the trees, the gentle patter of droplets on leaves, on the forest floor, slowly growing louder as the clouds drift closer. The air cools, carrying with it the fresh, earthy scent of rain. It is as though the forest itself is preparing for a quiet renewal, a moment to wash away the dust and the weariness of the day. The rain, though soft at first, soon grows in intensity, falling steadily from the sky, drenching the leaves, the trees, the ground. The forest responds to the rain with a gentle sigh, as though welcoming the gift of water, embracing the replenishment it brings. And as the rain continues to fall, the forest becomes alive in a different way. The sound of the rain becomes the new rhythm of the night, a soft, steady beat that echoes through the trees. The leaves glisten with droplets, their edges shimmering in the light of the moon. The earth, too, seems to respond to the rain, its scent rising into the air like a deep, contented breath. The rain is a cleansing force, one that nourishes and refreshes, bringing new life to the plants and creatures that rely on it. It is as if the forest is exhaling, letting go of the day's heat, allowing itself to cool and rest, preparing for the new cycle of life that will begin with the dawn. The rain, gentle yet persistent, continues its steady fall, and you feel yourself drawn into the rhythm of the forest, into the rhythm of the night. The world outside the rainforest, with its worries and busyness, fades away, leaving only the peaceful pulse of life that surrounds you. In this moment, as the rain falls softly around you, you realize that you too are part of this cycle, part of the great dance of life that moves slowly, steadily, through the ages. And as you close your eyes, the rain continues to fall, the rhythm of the forest becoming one with the beat of your heart. You feel the gentle pressure of sleep begin to take hold, the quiet calm of the rainforest wrapping around you like a soft blanket. The forest, with all its secrets and wonders, holds you in its embrace, its timeless rhythm carrying you gently into the world of dreams, where the quiet song of the rainforest continues to echo in the distance, soothing, comforting, guiding you toward rest. The forest, bathed in the soft glow of moonlight, seems to shimmer in the cool embrace of the night. The rain has slowed to a delicate drizzle, leaving behind a quiet stillness that fills the air. It is a stillness that feels both ancient and new, as if the forest itself is breathing, drawing in the moisture that nourishes it, allowing the earth to drink deeply. The trees, tall and proud, stand in their silent guardianship, their leaves glittering with drops of water, their trunks worn smooth by the years, their roots stretching deep into the soil. In the silence, the forest feels vast, yet intimate, as though you are standing in the heart of the world, a place where everything, no matter how small, is interconnected. The air, thick with the scent of wet earth and moss, is rich and fresh, each breath filled with the promise of life. The coolness of the rain is a gentle reminder that even in the stillness, change is always happening, quietly and without fanfare. The forest continues to pulse with life, even in the darkest hours of the night, its rhythm as steady as the beat of your own heart. Beneath the canopy, the creatures of the night have begun to emerge, their eyes glowing softly in the dark. They move in the shadows, their movements quiet and fluid, a part of the night itself. The forest is alive, not with the loud sounds of the day, but with the soft, unspoken movements of those who call it home. The air is filled with the subtle hum of life, the quiet flutter of bat wings, the distant chirp of an insect hidden in the underbrush, the soft rustle of leaves as a small creature moves through the damp earth. These sounds are not loud, not jarring, but gentle, like a lullaby that hums in the background, soothing and constant. Each creature, from the smallest insect to the largest predator, plays its part in the intricate web of the forest. Even the faintest rustle of leaves, the smallest scurrying of feet, is a note in the forest's symphony. A reminder that life continues in every corner, every shadow. As the night stretches on, the forest begins to settle into a deeper rhythm, the sounds becoming softer, the air growing cooler. The rain has stopped completely, leaving the leaves glistening in the moonlight, their surfaces reflecting the light like tiny mirrors. The earth below is damp, the soil rich with the nutrients that sustain the forest. In the distance, you hear the low, mournful call of an owl, its voice echoing through the trees, a sound that seems to come from the very heart of the forest. It is a sound that carries with it both wisdom and mystery, as if the owl knows the secrets of the night, the stories hidden in the shadows. The trees stand tall, their branches swaying gently in the night breeze. They have seen the passing of many years, and in their silence, they hold the memories of countless generations. The forest has grown with them, changing and evolving, but always remaining the same in its essence. It is a place of constant renewal, where the cycle of life moves in quiet circles, where the old gives way to the new, and where every leaf, every branch, every creature has its place. There is a deep wisdom in the forest, a knowing that comes from centuries of growth, of change, and of quiet persistence. The trees, though rooted in the earth, reach upward, their branches stretching toward the heavens, as if seeking the light that will guide them through the dark. In this moment, as the cool night air brushes your skin, you feel a sense of peace settle over you. The world outside the forest seems far away, distant, as if it exists in another time, another place. Here, in the heart of the rainforest, everything is still, everything is calm. The rhythm of life moves slowly, and there is no rush, no urgency. Time seems to stretch and fold in on itself, and you are left with only the quiet presence of the forest, its ancient wisdom, its gentle rhythm, and its embrace. The forest, with its trees, its creatures, its plants, is a place of perfect balance. Every leaf, every creature, every drop of rain has a purpose, a role to play in the greater story of the world. There are no accidents here, no mistakes. Everything is connected, intertwined in a web of life that stretches across the forest floor, through the canopy, and into the sky above. The creatures of the night, the insects, the bats, the owls, all work together in harmony, ensuring that the forest continues to thrive, that the cycle of life remains unbroken. Above, the stars shine brightly, their light steady and unyielding. They too are part of the forest, their light reaching across the vastness of the sky to touch the earth below. The stars are like distant cousins, far away but always present. Their light a reminder that the forest is part of something much larger than itself, something vast and infinite. The stars, like the trees, have stood the test of time, their light traveling across the cosmos to reach you, here, in this moment. They are a reminder that life, though fleeting, is a part of something eternal, something that continues, even when we are no longer here to see it. The air grows still, and the sounds of the forest soften as the night deepens. You can feel the weight of the night settling around you, a gentle pressure that is both comforting and peaceful. The trees, their branches swaying in the breeze, seem to lull you into a deeper state of calm. The soft rustling of the leaves, the distant calls of the animals, the quiet hum of the insects, all come together to create a symphony of peace, a song that carries you towards sleep. You feel the pull of the forest, the gentle tug of the night, as it guides you into the realm of dreams. As you close your eyes, you can still feel the presence of the forest around you. The air, the trees, the creatures, the stars, they are all there, watching over you, holding you in their quiet embrace. The rhythm of the forest, the gentle pulse of life, continues, even as you drift towards sleep. The stories of the night will unfold, just as they always have, in the soft glow of the moonlight, in the quiet rustling of the leaves, in the distant calls of the creatures of the night. And as you slip deeper into rest, the forest, with all its secrets and wonders, continues its timeless dance, moving in the rhythm of life, always steady, always gentle, always waiting for you to return. The forest, now deeply immersed in the quiet of the night, continues to breathe softly around you, its rhythm slow and steady. The gentle rustling of leaves is like the sigh of the earth itself, a sound so soothing it feels as though the forest is releasing its breath, exhaling all the weariness of the day. There is a profound sense of peace here, one that flows through every branch, every leaf, every droplet of rain that clings to the trees. It is as if the entire forest is wrapped in a deep, comforting slumber, awaiting the dawn but at rest, content in its own silent existence. Above, the sky is a velvet blanket, dotted with stars that shine with the quiet persistence of ancient fire. The constellations, so far away and yet so close, seem to watch over the forest with a steady, gentle gaze, their light falling softly across the leaves, bathing the world in a silvery glow. The moon, now high above the treetops, spills its light like a soft, glowing liquid, illuminating the edges of the leaves and casting long, delicate shadows across the forest floor. Every branch, every vine, every flower seems to be holding its breath, waiting for the night to unfold in its quiet beauty. The soft glow of the moonlight dances in the branches of the trees, creating a kaleidoscope of light and shadow that seems to shimmer like the flicker of candlelight in a dark room. The leaves, heavy with moisture, glisten as the light caresses them, each droplet like a tiny jewel reflecting the world above. The trees, their trunks dark and sturdy, stand like ancient sentinels, guarding the secrets of the forest, their bark etched with the stories of time. The quiet strength of these trees is a reminder that life here moves at its own pace, timeless and unhurried, growing and evolving without haste. Beneath the trees, the forest floor is soft and damp, a carpet of fallen leaves and moss that cushions every step. The rich, earthy scent of the soil fills the air, a fragrance that seems to draw you deeper into the embrace of the forest. Each step you take is quiet, as if the ground itself is absorbing your movements, allowing you to move through this sacred space without disturbing the delicate balance of life around you. The world is so still, so peaceful, that it feels as though you are walking through a dream, a place where time has no meaning and everything exists in a state of quiet harmony. In the stillness of the night, the creatures of the forest continue their quiet movements, each one playing its part in the intricate web of life that weaves through the trees, the plants, the earth. The insects, so small they are nearly invisible, move through the underbrush, their tiny bodies darting in and out of the shadows. The bats, their wings silent and fluid, flit between the trees, their sharp eyes scanning the darkened world below. The owls, with their large, knowing eyes, sit perched high above, watching over the forest, their calls echoing softly in the distance. Each creature, no matter how small, plays a role in the quiet drama of the forest, and together they create a world that is both vibrant and serene. The air, though cool, feels rich with life, heavy with the moisture that is soaked into the soil, the leaves, the very air itself. Each breath you take is filled with the deep, earthy scent of the forest, the fragrance of damp wood, rich soil, and living plants. The air is thick with the energy of the forest, a quiet, pulsating force that seems to fill every inch of space, every shadow, every corner. It is a reminder that this place, though still, is always in motion, always shifting, always growing. As the night deepens, the forest seems to grow even quieter, the sounds of life softening into the background, leaving only the gentle rustling of the leaves in the breeze. The moon, its light now even softer, seems to bathe the entire forest in a quiet glow, casting its light over everything, making the leaves, the flowers, and the trees seem to glow with a soft, ethereal beauty. The quiet is not an absence of sound, but the presence of a deeper stillness, a peacefulness that stretches across the forest like a blanket, covering everything in its calm embrace. There is a sense of timelessness here, a feeling that the forest has existed long before you arrived and will continue to exist long after you have gone. The trees, the plants, the creatures, they have all been here, moving in their quiet rhythm for countless years. In the forest, there is no rush, no urgency. Time flows differently here. The days pass slowly, the nights stretch on forever, and yet, everything happens at the right moment. There is no need for haste in the rainforest. Everything grows in its own time, in its own way. The forest is patient, and so too must you be, moving with its rhythm, breathing with its breath, resting when it rests. The deeper you move into the heart of the rainforest, the more it feels as though the world beyond it fades away, leaving only this sacred space, this timeless world. The sounds of the forest become like whispers, soft and distant, as if they are speaking directly to your soul. The gentle rustling of leaves, the distant calls of the birds and animals, the soft hum of insects, all of these sounds blend together into a lullaby that soothes you, that carries you into a state of quiet reflection, a deep peace. In this moment, you are part of the forest, as much a part of it as the trees and the animals, the air and the soil. Everything here is connected, all moving in harmony, all existing in the same gentle rhythm. And as the night presses on, the forest continues its quiet symphony, its rhythm unbroken, its life continuing in its slow, steady way. The moonlight, the stars, the trees, the creatures, they are all part of this world, this beautiful, timeless world that exists beyond the constraints of time, beyond the world of men and their concerns. Here, in the heart of the rainforest, there is only peace, only the quiet unfolding of life, and the knowledge that everything is exactly as it should be. As you close your eyes, the sounds of the forest continue to hum in the background, a gentle lullaby that guides you towards sleep. The forest, in all its beauty and wonder, will remain here, quietly unfolding its story, just as it always has. And you, in this moment, are at peace, part of the great dance of life that moves through the trees, the earth, and the stars above. The rainforest holds you in its embrace, its timeless rhythm carrying you into a deep, restful sleep, where the whispers of the forest will continue to echo in your dreams, soft and serene, forever. The night in the rainforest continues to weave its soft, silken threads around you, each moment flowing into the next with quiet ease. There is no rush, no disturbance, just the peaceful unfolding of the forest's timeless rhythm. The stars above are now more pronounced, their light a soft, distant glow, casting a gentle light over the landscape below. The moon, now high in the sky, moves slowly across the heavens, its light casting long shadows, stretching across the trunks of the trees and the rich carpet of moss below. The world feels vast, infinite, yet entirely present, here in this single sacred moment. The air around you is cool, crisp with the freshness of the rain that has passed, leaving behind a lingering sense of renewal. It smells of earth, of damp wood, of the life that thrives in this vibrant ecosystem. The scent of wet foliage mingles with the sweetness of the flowers that bloom in the stillness of the night. Even the leaves, as they sway gently in the breeze, seem to whisper to each other in their quiet language, a language you can feel deep within your heart, though you may never fully understand. It is a language of patience, of quiet endurance, of timeless growth. In the distance, the soft trill of a frog's croak reaches your ears, its voice a delicate thread in the symphony of sounds that fills the night air. Closer, the sound of a bird calls out from its perch high above, its call soft yet rich with the weight of 1,000 stories untold. The creatures of the night move with the same rhythm as the trees, silent and fluid, their movements blending into the backdrop of the forest's music. They are as much a part of this world as the leaves and the soil, their lives intricately woven into the tapestry of the rainforest. the forest floor is alive with movement, though most of it is too small or too quiet to be noticed. The insects, which make up the heartbeat of this place, continue their endless work, their tiny bodies scurrying across the wet earth, feeding the soil and ensuring the cycle of life continues. They are the unseen workers, their actions unnoticed, yet crucial to the life of the rainforest. Above, the trees stretch tall, their branches interwoven like fingers reaching for the sky. Their leaves form a canopy so thick that it creates its own world beneath, where light is soft and shadows are deep. It is a place where life flourishes, and even in the darkness, there is a quiet celebration of the world's most delicate and powerful moments. The rainforest is a place where life continues, uninterrupted, whether we are there to witness it or not. It is a place where time moves slowly, but never stagnates. The seasons come and go, as do the rains, but the forest adapts with grace. There are no sudden changes here, no abrupt shifts. Everything moves in its own time, growing, shifting, evolving with the quiet persistence of nature. The trees, for instance, grow tall and strong, their trunks thickening slowly, each year adding another layer to their bark. They have stood here for centuries, and they will stand for centuries more, offering shelter to the creatures of the forest, offering strength to the soil, offering life to the air. Beneath their mighty presence, the smaller plants grow in their own quiet way. The ferns unfurl their delicate fronds, the moss creeps slowly up the trunks, and the vines twist and curl, reaching for the light that filters through the canopy above. The forest, it seems, is full of contrasts, where the mighty trees rise up with strength and pride. The smaller, quieter plants grow slowly, softly, in the shadows, waiting for their time to shine. Yet, even the smallest leaf, the tiniest vine, has its role to play in the great cycle of life. Nothing is insignificant here. The sound of the night has begun to deepen, taking on a more complex, layered quality. The insects have quieted, their chorus fading into the background as the nocturnal creatures come alive. The owls hoot softly, their calls echoing across the forest, while the bats, now more active, swoop silently through the air, their wings cutting through the cool night. There is something almost meditative about the way they move, their flight graceful and effortless, their bodies part of the air itself. They are the silent hunters of the night, moving in harmony with the rhythm of the forest, their movements flowing seamlessly with the pulse of life that runs through the trees and the earth. The forest, though full of movement, is never frantic. Every sound, every rustle, every breath feels deliberate, like part of a larger plan that is unfolded for millennia. Even in the dark of night, when the creatures are most active, the rhythm is slow, steady, and calm. The forest moves with purpose, without haste, reminding you that there is no need to rush, no need to hurry. Life moves at its own pace here, unfolding as it always has, in its own quiet, deliberate way. Above, the sky has darkened even more, and the stars shine brighter, their light becoming more pronounced as the moon begins to sink lower in the sky. The trees, their branches now bathed in silver light, seem to glow with an ethereal beauty, as if they were part of a dream, a place that exists outside of time. The forest, though vast, feels intimate, as if it is a world unto itself, one that exists in perfect balance. There is no division here between the creatures of the night and the forest. They are one, moving together, breathing together, living together. In this moment, as the sounds of the rainforest fill your senses, you begin to feel a deep connection to this world. The slow rhythm of the forest, the delicate balance of life, the quiet persistence of the trees, all of it seems to flow through you, filling you with a sense of peace, of calm, of belonging. You are part of this world, just as the trees and the animals are. Your heart beats in time with the forest. Your breath moves in sync with the rhythm of the earth. And for a brief moment, everything feels right. The worries of the world outside seem to fade, leaving only the quiet hum of the forest, a lullaby that carries you deeper into the night. And as you lie there, the world around you continues its gentle dance, the forest moving with the same quiet grace that it always has. The moon continues to cast its soft light. The trees continue their slow growth. The animals continue their peaceful existence. The night, though long, seems eternal, a reminder that the forest will always be here, waiting for you to return, to listen, to breathe in the quiet rhythm of life. And as you drift towards sleep, the forest whispers its quiet song, lulling you into rest, knowing that you are part of something much greater, something timeless, something eternal. The forest, wrapped in the quiet embrace of the night, continues its gentle dance, a rhythm so steady and calm that it seems to merge with your own heartbeat. The air is cool now, the humidity of the rain still lingering, but it feels fresh and clean, a deep breath of life drawn into the lungs of the earth. The sounds of the forest, once subtle, now fill the air with their soft whispers, a symphony of life that plays in the stillness. The world around you feels alive, yet wrapped in a blanket of rest, as if everything here, from the tallest tree to the smallest insect, is part of an eternal slumber, a quiet pause before the next chapter of the forest's story unfolds. Above, the sky is studded with stars, their light distant yet steady, like ancient friends whose glow has traveled across the vast expanse of the universe to reach this very moment. The moon, though high, casts a soft, gentle glow, its light filtering through the thick canopy of leaves. The trees, with their towering trunks and vast branches, stand in quiet reverence beneath the sky, their bark soft and weathered by years, by winds, by rains. Their roots, hidden deep within the earth, continue their slow, patient work, reaching further down into the soil to gather strength, to anchor the forest in place. They are the silent guardians of the forest, their presence unspoken yet ever present, holding the world together in their quiet, unyielding grasp. The forest, though still in the depths of the night, is not silent. It hums with the low pulse of life that never ceases. The insects, so small and numerous, have begun their chorus once again, their gentle buzz filling the air with a soft, rhythmic pulse. The calls of the night creatures, soft hoots from the owls perched high in the trees, the rustling of leaves as the small mammals move silently through the underbrush, are all part of this nightly symphony. Even the wind, now soft and cool, whispers through the branches, creating a soothing, almost imperceptible murmur that joins the chorus, a melody woven from the sounds of the earth itself. Beneath your feet, the ground is soft and yielding, the damp earth holding the secrets of generations. The leaves that have fallen over time form a rich carpet, their layers slowly decomposing, returning nutrients to the soil, allowing new life to grow. The roots of the plants, hidden beneath the surface, twist and twine, reaching ever deeper into the earth, taking what they need to sustain the trees, the vines, the flowers. Everything here is connected. Every part of the forest playing its role in the delicate balance of life. The forest does not hurry. It grows at its own pace, a slow unfolding of life that stretches across the years, the decades, the centuries. In this quiet space, time seems to lose its meaning. The night stretches on, peaceful and calm, as if the world outside the rainforest has faded into the distance, leaving only the stillness of the trees, the rhythm of the leaves, the song of the insects. It is a reminder that in this world, in this place, there is no need to rush. Everything happens when it should, without hurry, without force. The trees grow tall, the plants reach for the sky, the animals move in quiet grace. The forest, in its slow, eternal way, continues to thrive, to pulse with life, to breathe in harmony with the earth. The rain has stopped, leaving only the soft traces of moisture on the leaves and the ground. The earth, still warm from the sun that bathed it earlier in the day, feels alive with energy, as if it is storing up the quiet power of the night for the coming dawn. The air is filled with the scent of damp wood, of flowers opening in the night, of the earth itself, rich and fertile. It is a scent that speaks of growth, of life, of the endless cycle that has continued for as long as the forest has stood. Every breath you take is filled with this essence, with the promise that life will continue here, in this place, for as long as the trees grow, for as long as the rains fall. Above, the stars seem to grow brighter, their light becoming more pronounced as the sky deepens into night. The constellation of Orion, his bow drawn tight, is clearly visible, a steady reminder of the vastness of the universe that stretches far beyond the reach of the forest. The moon, its light soft and steady, casts long shadows beneath the trees, creating pools of pale light that seem to illuminate the very soul of the forest. In these moments, the rainforest feels both infinite and intimate, a place that holds the mysteries of the world, yet feels like a world within itself, separate, secluded, yet profoundly connected to everything that is. The creatures of the night continue their quiet work, moving through the shadows with silent grace. A small, unseen animal rustles the leaves beneath you, its tiny paws moving swiftly through the damp earth. The bats, now more active, sweep through the air, their wings a blur in the moonlight. Their sharp eyes, adapted to the darkness, scan the world below, catching sight of every movement, every change in the air. They, too, are part of the forest's grand design, part of the dance that unfolds in the quiet of the night. As the night stretches on, the world of the rainforest seems to fold into itself, each moment blending softly into the next, a continuous flow of life, of sound, of rhythm. The wind picks up slightly, sending a gentle ripple through the leaves, the branches, the vines. The rustling of the leaves becomes a song that carries you deeper into the embrace of the forest, drawing you further into the quiet magic of this place. The rhythm of the forest, slow and steady, never faltering, continues its dance. And in that dance, you are as much a part of it as the trees, the birds, the insects, the soil. As the night wears on, you begin to feel the gentle pull of sleep, the quiet call of rest that the forest has been sending you all along. The forest, in all its vastness and wonder, will continue, just as it always has, It will breathe, it will grow, it will sing its song. And you too will rest, wrapped in the peace of the rainforest, cradled by its rhythm, lulled by its quiet, gentle pulse. The forest is always here, waiting for you, a place where time moves at its own pace, where life continues without hurry, without end. And as your breath slows, your mind quiets. The soft hum of the forest continues, a lullaby that carries you into dreams, where the stories of the trees, the animals, and the earth unfold gently in the shadows, guiding you into the deep rest you deserve. The forest, cradled in the deep embrace of the night, continues its quiet rhythm, steady and serene. The air, now cooler with the passing of the hours, carries the scent of damp earth and fresh leaves, a fragrance that fills your lungs and soothes your soul. The sound of the forest is gentle, like the soft whisper of a secret, a song that moves through the leaves, through the trees, through the very fabric of life. The moon, now waning, casts its pale light over the landscape, softening the shadows and creating pools of silver on the forest floor. Everything seems to glow under its light. The trees, the flowers, the leaves, all bathed in the quiet grace of the night. Above, the stars twinkle like tiny pinpricks of light, their glow steady and ancient, reaching across the vastness of space to touch the earth below. The constellations, fixed in their places for millennia, seem to watch over the forest, a reminder of the larger universe that exists beyond the canopy, beyond the world of the rainforest. And yet, as you lie here in the quiet of the night, it feels as though the rainforest is a world unto itself, a self-contained realm where time moves in its own gentle way, unhurried, unbroken. The gentle hum of life continues, soft and steady, as the creatures of the night move through the shadows. The owls, with their silent wings and wide, watchful eyes, glide through the trees, their calls echoing through the forest like a distant memory. The bats, now more active, dart and swoop through the air, their movements so swift and fluid that they seem to vanish into the darkness. Their wings create a soft rustling in the still air, a sound that blends with the whispering of the leaves. Every movement, every flutter of a wing, every step taken by a nocturnal creature is part of the quiet symphony that plays through the forest, each note adding to the peace that fills this place. Beneath you, the earth is soft and welcoming, covered in a blanket of leaves, moss, and fallen flowers. The ground, rich with nutrients, supports the life that grows here, from the tallest trees to the tiniest insects. The forest floor is a place of quiet renewal, where the fallen leaves decompose, returning their life force to the soil, ensuring that new life will grow in their place. The roots of the trees, hidden deep beneath the surface, reach further into the earth, drawing up the nourishment that will allow them to continue to grow, to rise higher, to stretch further into the sky. There is an ancient wisdom in the way the forest works, a quiet knowledge that life, though fragile, is persistent, always finding a way to continue, to thrive. As the night moves on, the forest seems to settle into an even deeper rhythm, its sounds becoming softer, its presence more profound. The wind, which has been rustling the leaves, now slows to a whisper, leaving the forest still and calm. The creatures that move through the night have found their places of rest, their quiet corners of the world where they can pause and recharge for the day to come. The air, once filled with movement, is now still, but not silent. The faint rustle of leaves, the soft breath of the earth, the distant calls of the owls. All of these sounds blend together in a quiet hum that seems to fill the space. A hum that feels both peaceful and eternal. The forest, though always changing, always growing, is a place where stillness can be found. In the midst of all the movement, the growth, the bustling life of the creatures and plants, there is a deep, abiding calm. The trees stand as witnesses to the passing of time, their trunks thick and sturdy, their branches stretching toward the sky, while beneath them, the world continues in its slow, patient rhythm. The forest, in its wisdom, knows that growth comes in cycles, that life flourishes in its own time, and that the still moments, though fleeting, are just as important as the moments of action, of movement, of change. Above, the sky is now a deep shade of indigo, the stars shining brightly, their light sharp and steady against the dark velvet of the heavens. The moon, now a thin crescent, hangs like a silver thread in the sky, casting its light across the trees, the vines, the flowers. The forest is bathed in this light, and everything seems to shimmer with an ethereal beauty, as though the world itself is holding its breath, waiting for something to unfold, something new to be born. The quiet of the night is a moment of perfect harmony, a moment when the forest, the earth, and the sky are all aligned, all moving in the same rhythm, all breathing together. The wind begins to stir once more, its gentle caress moving through the trees, sending a soft ripple across the leaves. The branches sway, their leaves whispering in the cool night air. The sound is soothing, a melody that carries with it the energy of the forest, the pulse of life that flows through every root, every branch, every leaf. The forest, in its quiet beauty, seems to be saying that all things are connected, that life moves in cycles, that everything, no matter how small, has its place in the greater dance of the world. And as the night deepens, you feel yourself becoming part of this dance, part of the quiet rhythm that moves through the forest. The breeze, the rustling leaves, the calls of the owls, all of these sounds, all of these movements are part of you now, as they are part of the forest, as they are part of everything that is alive. The forest is not just a place, it is a living, breathing entity, and you too are a part of it. A small yet important note in the symphony of life that unfolds here. As you close your eyes, the forest continues its quiet song, the gentle hum of life filling the air. The stars shine above, their light soft and steady, while the moon casts its glow over the landscape, bathing the trees and the flowers in a silvery light. The forest, though vast, feels like a place that holds you close, wrapping you in its quiet embrace. And as you drift towards sleep, the sounds of the night continue to weave their magic, carrying you into a peaceful slumber, where the rhythm of the forest will carry you through the night, into the dawn and beyond. The forest, now deeply immersed in the silence of the night, continues to hum with its quiet rhythm, a pulse that moves through the earth, the trees, the air. The stars, distant and cold, twinkle like tiny lights in the vast expanse of the heavens, casting their soft glow over the landscape below. The moon, now slipping lower in the sky, bathes the rainforest in a cool, silvery light, illuminating the leaves, the vines, the flowers, creating a world of gentle shadows and shimmering highlights. The air is crisp with the coolness of the night, yet it is still thick with the fragrance of damp earth and the faint sweetness of night-blooming flowers. In the distance, the faint call of an owl rises into the air, its voice rich and soft, echoing through the trees. The sound is haunting and beautiful, a reminder of the creatures that move through the forest when the world is still. The owls, with their wide, watchful eyes, are the silent sentinels of the night, watching over the forest as it sleeps. Their calls, though low and distant, fill the air with a sense of quiet authority, a reminder that the forest, though peaceful, is always alive with movement, always watching, always listening. Beneath the moon's glow, the trees stand like ancient guardians, their trunks thick and strong, their branches reaching toward the heavens. The forest floor, soft and damp, is covered with the blanket of fallen leaves and moss, creating a quiet cushion that absorbs every step, every movement. The roots of the trees, hidden deep beneath the surface, twist and stretch, intertwining with one another, forming a vast, invisible network that sustains the entire forest. This network, though unseen, is the lifeblood of the rainforest. Its silent pulse a reminder that everything in this place is connected, each part of the ecosystem supporting the other, working in harmony to create a balanced world. The wind, gentle and cool, begins to stir once more, sending a soft ripple through the leaves and the branches. The rustling sound is soothing, a quiet whisper that moves through the forest, brushing against the trees, the vines, the flowers. The forest seems to breathe with you, its rhythm slow and steady, as if it is drawing you into its own tranquil embrace. In the stillness, there is a sense of timelessness, as though the forest has existed in this quiet state forever, moving in its own slow dance, never hurried, never rushed, but always alive with the steady pulse of life. As you lie in the soft embrace of the forest, the sounds around you seem to blend into one harmonious song. The calls of the nocturnal creatures, the rustling of the leaves in the breeze, the distant hum of insects. All of these sounds create a melody that is both comforting and calming, a lullaby that carries no deeper into the night. The forest is a place of quiet beauty, where every sound, every movement, every breath is part of a greater whole. There is no separation here, no division between you and the forest, no boundary between the creatures that roam and the trees that stand tall. Everything here is interconnected, part of a delicate web that stretches across the forest floor, through the branches, up into the sky,